So this is not something I would typically cover on this channel, but I just want to because I think it's like crazy to think about that this actually happened. And there's an important underlying message that I think needs to be sent to YouTube. But I was subscribed to SSSniperWolf back in like 2011, 2012 when she was still making like, you know, gaming Call of Duty content. And back then I was really into Call of Duty and everything. But one of the main reasons I had to subscribe to her was basically because, you know.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Never underestimate a boy's libido. But like I remember back then, there was a big controversy in the Call of Duty like sphere that she wasn't using her own clips. Like it wasn't her actually playing the game back then. She was just commentating over it, saying that this was her gameplay. So in other words, she was kind of stealing from somebody. I think as of right now, it's most alleged that it was probably her boyfriend or husband at the time. I just want to bring that up because I think that perfectly translates to today, to where somehow her channel has like amassed over like 50 million subscribers or something like that, and she built that amount of views just based on her reacting to TikToks. And if you really watch her content, I would argue, and I think a lot of people would argue, that it's not really that transformative. A lot of times she just like steals other people's jokes, most of the times just from comments. Sometimes she just plays the video outright with no commentary, and a lot of times with no credit to the creators themselves.
Uh-oh. Are you telling me that SSniperWolf just posted 2 TikToks in a row that don't have a username? That's so unlike her.
And obviously there are going to be commentary channels and creators that call her out on that. I mean, it's very easy to. One of the most prominent channels to do that is jacksfilms, which is also a channel that I remember from back in 2011 or 2012. And his videos on it are great, and they really like critique it pretty reasonably well. He's even created an entire YouTube channel just to like parody her content. He's created bingo nights. It's actually kind of entertaining when you watch it a little bit. And I've actually thought about making this video previously just about this content stealing aspect and really just sort of like give my own perspective on it, I guess. But I knew I had to when this past Friday night, when she basically decided to just dox jacksfilms. And it really started with this, like, I guess poll with the picture she made. Should I go visit jacksfilms? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. That right there, I would already argue is doxing. People could probably easily find where your shoot is, and now they know that Jack's house is 5 minutes away from that and would be easily able to probably find his house. So that right there I would already consider doxing, but she goes ahead and shows a video of his house. Now that is just straight up doxing. There's no other way around that. And obviously she's gotten a lot of backlash. Jack posted about it on Twitter, and then she deletes the posts, which, you know, is good and everything, but then she goes ahead and like defends herself, or tries to. This creep has been harassing me for months and then plays victim, saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. I don't know, you're kind of creating the drama yourself when you just straight up dox somebody. And what Jack was doing, I wouldn't in the slightest call harassment. It's critiquing you. Everybody gets shit on by somebody at some point. It's the internet. You're gonna have to deal with it. You've been on it for like 10 plus years, so you should know this by now. I have no ill intentions. SSniperWolf, you showed up to our home tonight and filmed it to your 5+ million Instagram followers to see. That's called doxing. The harassing you've claimed that I've been doing is documenting recent examples of stealing creators' content. Oh my god, fucking Twitter is so shit, I swear to god. Stealing jokes and failing to provide transformative commentary. Obviously it struck a nerve, but wow, doxing me was not on my bingo card. There is no reality where you're in the right here. I mean, Jack is absolutely right. Like, doxing anybody is just, like, is it even illegal? Do you know how dangerous it is that somebody could show up to his house? Like, if this was flipped around, I'm sure SSniperWolf would be complaining about this just as much as he has. And if you just wanted to talk to him, you very easily could probably just message him over Discord or reach out to him over YouTube, Twitter. I'm sure there's thousands, millions of ways that you could have contacted him, but you didn't, and instead decided to show up to his house unannounced. Like, that's just creepy stalker shit at that point. She ends this with, should I get a restraining order? Well, one of us showed up to the other's house tonight, and it wasn't me. And she also posted 400 videos online shitting on someone, but wanting to talk IRL goes too far. Modern men are actually a joke. And that's the worst part about this, in my opinion, is that, like, at all she's playing into, like, any sort of feminist angle on this, because this has, like, nothing to do with feminism. If anything, like, if a man showed up to a woman's house and just switched the sexual roles in this situation, I guarantee that to the general public this would be considered even worse than it actually is, which is sad and should not be the case. Accusing me of doxing is defamation. I have no idea how to dox. He literally posted his address on Google and said I threatened him and doxed him. You know, I kind of doubt that he posted his address on Google, and you definitely had to go search for that, I'm sure. And you have no idea how to dox? Like, it's a very simple thing, and you've been on the internet for like how long now, and you don't know how to dox somebody? And also, in the end, it doesn't even really matter because you did dox somebody, so it doesn't matter what your intentions were. Like, the results of your actions are almost bad enough, honestly. You posted a video tonight of you outside her home for your 5 million plus followers to see, while my wife and I were inside. I can't make it any simpler than that. If that's not doxing, why did you delete it? And that's honestly a pretty good point. If you really do believe that you were in the right to post that, then why did you delete it? And then in one of Jack's tweets, he ats YouTube saying to demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform. She posted an Instagram story right outside her home and deleted it. And honestly, I kind of think that's fair, because on this big of scale, with how big her YouTube and Instagram following is, I think it's fair to at the very least demonetize her, because what just happened is probably not legal and it's definitely against YouTube's policies. But SSniperWolf is one of YouTube's biggest channels, so obviously they don't want to ban her because they make so much money off of her, probably. And this is 1000% a double standard. I'm sure, once again, if the roles were reversed, Jack doesn't bring in as much money to YouTube as SSniperWolf does. If he did this, then he definitely would be hit with a ban. Or if any other smaller content creator did this, swift action definitely would be taken. So I kind of agree with Jack that YouTube should definitely take some sort of action on her, or else this is really just going to normalize this kind of behavior on the platform, which is scary and should not be the case. So I guess in the end of this situation, I really just hope, you know, nothing happens to Jack and his family. But for SSniperWolf, I think she should really just change her content completely, please. Like, first of all, you probably should not be on the platform anymore after what you just did. Second of all, don't steal people's content and try to make your content transformative, maybe, in some way. And YouTube, please don't let her get away with this, because this will just set a very dangerous precedent if you do. Alright, that's the end of the video. Sorry if this turned out to be sort of ranty and stuff. Obviously, I'm not working off a script on this video, which is not what I usually do, because I had an entire another video written out, and this just happened this past Friday night, and I figured I might as well upload this, you know, strike while the iron's hot, rather than you guys get this video like 2 weeks from now. And I'm sure as shit, there's a lot of stuff I could have said I didn't think about because I didn't write any of this down. But anyway, make sure to react to that like button, and remember to never dox anybody.